Hi viewers, Assalamu alaikum. How are you? I'm Sarmazar Khan Naga. It is my first episode of Jokes. An ugly, fat, bad woman with two kids enters Walmart shouting angrily at the kids with no reason. The man at the reception says cheerfully to her, "Good morning and welcome to Walmart. Cute kids. Are they twins?" The horrible woman stopped shouting, just enough to say, "Hell, they're not twins. The older is 9 and other is 7. Are you blind or just stupid?" "No, madam. I am neither blind nor stupid. I just cannot get that there is a man out there who had sex with you twice." Question: why are hurricanes sometimes named after women? Answer: when they come there, when they come, they are wild and wet. But when they go, they take your house and car with them. A man, in his mind, what is, bought a new BMW and was out on the interstate for a nice driving evening drive. The top was down, the breeze was blowing, throwing what was left of his hair, and he decided to see what the engine had. As the needle jumped up to 80 mph meter per hour, he suddenly saw flashing red and blue lights behind him. There is no way they can catch a BMW. He thought to himself and opened her up further. The needle hit 90, then 100, and finally reality hit him and he knew he should not run from the police. So he slowed down and pulled over. The cop came up to him, took his license without a word, and examined it and the car. "It has been a long day. This is the end of my shift, and it's Friday, the 13th. I don't feel like more paperwork. So, if you can give me an excuse for your driving that I have not heard before, you can go." The guy thinks for a second and says, "Last week my wife ran away with a cop. I was afraid you were trying to give her back." "Have a nice weekend," said the officer, and he walked away. Everyone afraid from his wife. A woman's husband had been sleeping in and out of a coma for several months. Yet she had stayed by his beside every single day. One day, when he came, he motioned for her to come nearer. As she sat by side, he whispered, eyes full of tears, "You know what? You have been with me all through the bad times. When I got fired, you were there to support me. When my business failed, you were there. When I got shot, you were by my side. When we lost the house, you stayed right here. When my health started failing, you were still by my side. You know what?" "What, dear?" she asked gently, smiling as her heart began to fill with warmth. "I think you're bad luck." Boy calls 911. Boy, hello, I need your help. 911. All right, what's it? Boy, two girls are fighting over me. 911. So, what's your emergency? Boy, the ugly one is winning. A woman is driving for first time on the highway. Her husband calls, says, "Be careful, love. It's just been on the radio that someone is driving opposite to the traffic on the highway." She replies, "Someone? These rascals are in hundreds." A woman went to her doctor office. A woman went to her doctor office. She was seen by one of the new doctors. But after about 4 minutes in the examination room, she burst out screaming and ran down the hall. An older doctor stopped her and asked what the problem was. And she explained. He had her sit down and relax in another room. The older doctor marched back to the first and demanded, "What's the matter with you?" "Mrs. Terry is 63 years old. She has 4 grown children and 7 grandchildren, and you told her she was pregnant?" The new doctor smiled smugly as he continued to write on his clipboard. "Cured her hiccup, though did not it." A crowded city, at a busy bus stop, a beautiful young woman wearing a tight leather skirt was waiting for a bus. As the bus stopped and it was her turn to get in, she became aware that her skirt was too tight to allow her leg to come up to the height of the first step of the bus. Slightly embarrassed, and with a quick smile to the bus driver, she reached behind her to unzip her skirt a little, thinking that this would give her enough slack to raise her leg. She tried to again take the step, only to discover that she could not. So, a little more embarrassed, she once again reached behind her to unzip her skirt a little more, and for the second time attempted the step once again. Much to her embarrassment, she could not raise her leg. With a little smile to the driver, she again reached behind to unzip a little more and again was unable to take the step. About this time, a large guy who was standing behind her picked her up easily by the waist and placed her gently on the step of the bus. The went ballistic and turned to the would-be Samaritan and screeched, "How dare you touch my body? I don't even know. Who are you?" The guy smiled and drawled, "Well, ma'am, normally I would agree with you, but after you unzip my fly 3 times, I kind of figured we are friends." There were 3 nuns. They all told the priest that they were going to do one sin each. So the priest says, "Okay, do your sins, come back, and I will bless you." So they went to do their sins and came back to get blessed. The priest asked the first one who was laughing what her sin was. She said, "I had romance with a guy." The priest said, "Okay," blessed her, and said, "Go drink some holy water." So she did. The next one was laughing harder, and the priest asked her what her sin was. She said, "I got in a fight with another nun." So he says, "Okay," blessed her and told her to go drink some holy water. So she did. The priest asked the last one, who was laughing even harder, what she did. And as she was laughing, she said, "I pissed in the holy water." Husband said to his wife, "I invited a friend home for supper." "What? You're crazy? The house is mess. I have not been shopping. All the dishes are dirty. And I don't feel like cooking a fancy meal." "I know all that. Then why did you invite a friend for supper?" "Because the poor fool's thinking about getting married." 3 women are discussing their teenage daughters. The first declares, "I was so shocked. Last week I was tidying my daughter's room and I found a packet of cigarette under her pillow. I did not even know that she smoked. It get worse than that, says the second mother. I was tidying my daughter's room last week and found a bottle of vodka under her bed. I did not even know that she drank. Oh, it gets even worse than that, says the third mother. I was tidying my daughter's room last week, and you will never guess what I found in her beside cabinet. A packet of condoms. I did not even know that she had a penis. At a dancing party, a shy boy approached to a girl and asked, will you dance with me? Please. The arrogant girl says, I don't dance with a kid. Taken back, boy apologized. I'm sorry. I did not realize you were pregnant.